What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. It's episode number 34. Man, what a dramatic season opening we just had. Win the Community Shield on penalties, finally avenging our demons, and of course, that was after the signings of Trent Alexander-Arnold returning and Jack Clark coming in for a club record fee as well. We're actually starting off by seeing that Trent has just said as well, hey boss, I know people have been talking about the position you're playing me in. I just want to say I'm ready to do whatever's necessary to make it successful, having to play as midfielder if that's part of your plan. And to be honest, we discussed in the last episode, Trent right now, despite being listed as an RB, I think to me is better as a central midfielder. He is quick, but he's not blistering quick. We like our wing-backs to have a lot of pace as well, but he's got great energy, he's got tremendous vision as we know, and his range of passing is just quite literally unbelievable. So to me, even at 97 crossing is now going to become kind of redundant. I think we should keep him at CM. I'm not going to change his position, but that is where I'm going to play him this season. And we're just over 300 million in the budget. I might go make my first signing now, to be honest, and I think I'm going to bring in a new player for the squad, as we did say depth was an issue here. There's two wingers that I'd love to get my hands on, both in Championship right now. Sammy Ladozie with Southampton, who I know is such a great young talent, but also Derby County Academy graduate, but moved on to Liverpool at such a young age. Kade Gordon, he moved on to Nottingham Forest, but they were relegated last season and down to the second tier. His contract having 12 months as well. We've already brought back a few players. I wouldn't mind this guy coming in as well to challenge with Ben Doak for possibly a starting right wing role in the long-term future. Let's bring Kade back to Anfield. I've always really liked the idea of EA implementing a type of transfer where you can bring in a oh, hang on a second, did I just see that? Oh, for God's sake. I've seen this before, man, but it will never not make me laugh. Bro, where's your torso at, man? Seriously, you left that in Nottingham. He's just as confused as we are. £6 million undervaluation with his deal that come at the end of the year. Let me get past this animation and then I'll discuss what I was about to... Forgive me, guys. That caught me off guard there. Totally threw me. As Gordon signs a 4-year, 45 grand a week deal. What I was going to say is that I really wish, like in Football Manager, you could include a loan back clause in a transfer and say, listen, Nottingham Forest, you got relegated last season. This guy is a challenge level player right now. You can keep him for another year. He can try and get you back to the top tier, and then he'll return to us once he's hopefully got your promotion in that year. And then come in next year, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, you can't really do that in career mode, but I'm pleased to have him because he's definitely a player who I will believe will be able to battle with Ben Doak for possibly that successor for Salah's role in the future. Welcome back to Anfield, Kade Gordon. Yeah, came from the Derby County Academy, but moved to Liverpool as a teenage talent. Unfortunately, had some injuries, hasn't really been able to make his mark at Anfield just yet, but he does show some promise. He's got a bit of pace, he's got that left foot as well, and some excellent technical stats as well. Already up to 74 overall in the save, now 22 years old, and still getting better as well. I want to get his work rates up from medium to high though. We'll start with the defensive work rate, because that's really important to me. And yeah, Kade is back to battle with Salah and Doak for that long-term right wing spot. I'm actually going to make a change here as well in terms of positions too, and say to Mo, well, we know your legs have gone now. Retiring at the end of the season, I'm going to say to Salah, we're never going to play you right wing anymore because you just don't have the pace there, and I'd much rather give that game time to either Kade or Ben. So how is Ben not growing anymore? He's 21. I'm going to say to Salah, we're going to move you infield. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to convert him to CM because, well, it'll take 102 weeks, but at that point, he would have been retired. We can convert him to CAM. And possibly, yeah, CF or CAM. So what I might do is convert him to CF first, and then possibly CAM afterwards as well. Because he's not going to play on the right anymore. So we might as well just naturally convert him into the middle. Which is quite an interesting one. Manchester United putting in a big bid for Yunus Musa. Obviously last season he scored the game winner and what was eventually the title winner on the final day, with that goal on the final game of the season against West Ham. But of course, we're going to turn that one down, of course. And Yunus is going nowhere. Might lose his spot in the first 11 now due to the signing of Trent. But this guy is so versatile, man. As we know, he's one of the reasons why I love this guy so much. And you can fill him right back or CM or CDM or even further forward. Eunice is going nowhere, and certainly not to arrive as well. Let's play the first game of the season. It is indeed going to be Leeds away at Ellen Rose. We know they've built an amazing team, man. Daniel Farke's got a great side there. And our first game being away against them, where last season we lost to them at home and drew with them away. So tough opening day fixture in what is our title defence season. Leeds away at Ellen Road, our first game of the campaign. Let's start off with a win. Come on, Liverpool. Yeah, Daniel Farke has built an unbelievable side here with Leeds in the game. It's really good. It's really cool. I say this a lot, but like, for some reason, AI managers just don't know how to build squads. So when they do build a really good one, you got to say fair play, man. This is a really good Leeds team. Big win for them on Monday night, of course, in real life as well, putting them back in the automatic promotion places as Cade Gordon is denied by Melier early. See, I know Leicester have got a game in hand, but even so, it's going to be a thrilling final few games in the Championship. As, Mackenzie hits the post. The top three go for those top two automatic promotion places. One's going to miss out, Leicester, Ipswich or Leeds. But it's going to be an excellent race that will go down to the wire, I'm sure, and I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, still 0-0 here. And excellent beginning. But yet to break that deadlock. But it's coming. Take your time. There we go. Curtis Jones does break that deadlock. First goal of the season. Liverpool lad. Curtis Jones with the opener. Oh. Gap to make the right run. Oh, wonderful ball. And Cody. Okay, that'll do. It's not quite how I drew it up, but the goal's a goal. Cody offloads. Diaz with the easy finish. Liverpool 2 up. So nice ball inside that. And Xerxes. Oh, wonderful touch by Jorginho Ritter. Now, we talk about Leeds building an amazing squad. Well, probably the best thing they've done is keep hold of this guy. How good is he, man? Seriously, even as a Millwall fan, Leeds fans, I can be honest here and say he's a heck of a player. I'm not going to try and take that away one bit. And he's just scored the goal, but Leeds back in it. Whole half to play, it's not done yet. Yep, he's one of the top assist makers in the Championship this year. In fact, is he top? Or is he second? 1 to 2. But he's a heck of a player. Heck of a player. And, yeah, I certainly wouldn't mind in this Liverpool team, to be honest. Is Jack Clark looks to dink it over the top from Mackenzie. He flicks on, and there's Gakpo, who's denied. As Melier is keeping Leeds still breathing 6 minutes after the restart, with a whole host of chances really. Should be home and dry by now, but instead, still only lead by 1. Get another goal and I think we'll be alright. With this Leeds side, known for free scoring, I think we're going to need another goal to make sure these points are in the bag. What a... Oh, Markow was there. Yeah, Leeds not giving up, and why would they with a team this good? Game far from finished as... That's got to be yours, Gerald. Well, it mate. 12 to go. And still the lead is just 1. Got to close this out here. Levi. Boubacar. Oh, no. He's starting to get nervous, you can tell. It's going to be 2-2. It is. Bottled it. Absolutely bottled it. Starting to get nervous, starting to panic a little bit, receding into myself, and you can't do that against good teams as well, because they sense the fear, they sense the nervousness, and they go at you and they attack. 2-2, I've absolutely bottled this. Yep, that is a disappointing throwaway. You can't surrender 2-goal leads in the Premier League and expect to win the title. I know what the Leeds fans are booing, man. That's a heck of a point for them, battling back from 2 goals down. Okay, well, it's safe to say we're still not the finished article. For all the money we spent, for all the big names bringing in here, we're far from finished with this Liverpool team. We still need to keep on investing in it. I mean, yeah, last year we won the title, but don't forget, it was only because we won like 7 games in a row to close the season out. We had to be perfect to keep Man City at bay. I think possibly we could do with another CM. I know we've already brought in Trent, who's going to play there, but we've lost Guerra. We're likely to lose Carvalho. Eze is someone who, again, we prefer playing slightly further forward. I'm thinking maybe a new CM. Sure, Vader was just here for emergency last year, and Tyler Moore, I don't think he's going to cut it and out of contract come the end of the season. I'm thinking maybe a new star central midfielder to take Curtis Jones' place. Or possibly... Oh, I don't know, it's a tough one, man. Oh, wow, look at that. Bar's putting in a massive bid for Boubacar Camara. Last year they were 4th in La Liga, had a really poor campaign. and he's only been here 1 year. He's only done 1 year of a 5-year contract. I'm going to say no. Boubacar's staying with me. I know some of you will be thinking, well, why not bring back Dominic? Why not bring back the Hungarian? Well, unfortunately, just don't think it'll be realistic. He's at Real Madrid right now. Long-term contract. They're the La Liga winners, and they won't even negotiate with us. That's just how important he is. So I think I'll leave him there. I'm not actually against bringing in Rutter, to be fair. I mean, he scored the goal for Leeds in that last game there, the opener, or their first, I should say, in their 2-goal comeback. And he's such a great player. And I don't think I've used him before either. So I genuinely, I know I did in my Leeds career mode last year, but I don't think I've signed him before. I'm not against it. I wouldn't mind that at all, to be honest, because once again, he's far better further forward than he is deeper in that CAM slot under Farker. I'm not against that. I'll think about it. I'll think about it for now. I think we'll dive into our following game. Home against Burnley. Hopefully get our first win here and then consider making a signing after that. So yeah, let's do the following game. Try and bounce back here. Put it right at Anfield with our first home game this season and get a big 3 points against Company's side. Come on, Liverpool. Well, actually, Burnley have a player that might be the answer to our CM problems. Leandro Barrera, Luxembourg international. And how unlucky were Luxembourg, man. What a story it would have been had they qualified for the Euros. Obviously, last week they were knocked out by Georgia, who ended up themselves. Hey, there we go. First in red for Jack Clark, who they themselves knocked out Greece. But to be fair, for Georgia as well, they've got some phenomenal young talent, and I was actually surprised to learn that this is going to be their first ever appearance at the Euros in the summer. Georgia beating Greece on penalties, I think it's penalties, to make the Euros proper, if you will. And yeah, I read it's their first time qualifying for the Euros. That surprised me with such a great team. But to be fair, the young talent they've got is phenomenal, man. And there are so many nations, like again, Luxembourg and Georgia, that are getting better and better and better. Oh, it's Jarell Hato scores a scorcher to make it 2-0 early. They're getting better and better year after year. I tell you what, there has never been more talent worldwide in football than ever before than at this current moment right now. It is fantastic, man. So many nations now have got some great players coming through. It's great to see. Yeah, obviously excellent Georgian players in world football right now. I remember the day of Shota Avaladze. There's a reference for my older viewers. It's safe to say now, as Diaz should have made it 3 early. The likes of Kvaratskhelia and Mamardashvili between the sticks as well. This is probably the best Georgia have ever had in terms of talent coming through. And thus it's great to see them qualify for the Euros as well. Anyway, dominating this game. 2-0 up here, but we were 2-0 up against Leeds and threw that away. So not taking anything for granted. And thankfully we're going to get a third goal to surely this time get our first win of the season. First 2 goals for Liverpool for Jack Clark. Well, no danger of throwing away the points like we did at Ellen Road. Took a 3-goal lead inside the first half an hour and closed it out relatively comfortably. The only thing to report was that there was an injury for Boubacar Kamara towards the end of the game. I hope it's just a bruise. We'll quickly check together whether it was just a little knock or possibly what I think it will be is a 4-week injury, but we shall see together as a big comes in for Afina Jan. Oh, it's a broken toe, a classic career mode injury. Run from it, dread it, you can't avoid it. Boubacar Kamara, done for 3 months. Okay, yeah, I definitely think we need a new CM now, especially with Boos being down until around mid-November time earliest. And if we were looking primarily at CDMs, well, take your pick. Some big stars of Real Madrid, Zubimendi, who stayed loyal to Real Sociedad, Archie Gray, great youngster with Leeds, but also Stefan Bajcetic, Liverpool Academy graduate, who has since moved on to Barcelona. Honestly, any of these guys would be, I think, really good fits. But I like Zubimendi's loyalty to Sociedad, to be fair. And as for Tchouaméni and Camavinga, whilst they've both moved on from Real Madrid, I would love to use either, because I don't think I used Camavinga in the Luton Town career mode, even though he was there when we returned. I think we sold him straight away. But he is obviously just one of the best in the game, and Tchouaméni as well. Seems as though he's found a home for himself there in Naples. I quite like the idea of bringing Stefan back. We've already brought a few players back here, and Barcelona, as you can see, haven't extended his contract. He's out of contract coming the end of the season, just like Trent was, and Barca don't appear to be renewing it. He's only 22 years old, but he's up to 80 overall, Liverpool Academy grad, homegrown and trained. And I think, again, available on a cut price deal, we should try and bring him back. Add a contract coming in the season. I often say this, if you're looking to save some money and bring in players on budget bargain buys, look for the players with 12 months or less on their contract. You'll be able to bring them in on cheaper deals. 20 mil under market valuation. Barca say no, we shouldn't need to spend much more than that. It's up to 21 mil, and I think that'll do it. And there we go. £21 million for Stefan. Add a contract coming in the season, future uncertain. Well, now we know his future is going to be back at Anfield. Yeah, I like this kid, man. He's missed the majority of the season through injury, but he's already got a goal at senior level for Liverpool. He's a really good young talent. Whilst in the save, he might have moved on with his future uncertain there at Barcelona. I said, come on, man. Following the footsteps of Curtis Jones and Kwanzaa and Trent Alexander-Arnold and come back to Anfield. He says, fair enough, he's back, and he's back wearing a number 43. Welcome back to Liverpool, Stefan Bajtic. Yeah, really good young player. Dual nationality as well. Whilst he's played youth football for Spain, he can represent Serbia if he still wants to do so in the future. And I love it when a player opts to play for a, what you might call lesser quality of football nation, if you will, in order to play more. Stefan could do that. Stefan could do that and play for Serbia as opposed to Spain. And I think that might be the best thing for him for his international career as well. We'll keep him on balance, keep him at DM. We know this guy can play slightly deep, but to me, yeah, a natural DM and a good, what you'd call, understudy for Boubacar Kamara. Oh, and that bid for Felix, by the way, going to turn that down. I might as well block the offers as well. I often say this, but if I've given a player a contract in a window, I'm not going to sell him in the same window. Just wouldn't be realistic. And it's also why I don't tend to sign players if I notice they've just signed a new contract with their club as well. So, for example, had Trent signed that extension with Real Madrid, we would have left him there as Conor Bradley. Looks as though he's on his way to the Basque region, but obviously he didn't, and that's why we picked him up. Anyway, for Salah, though, going to convert him to CF, and he actually has a rating increase to 79 overall as well. Yeah, the longer his career goes on, the deeper his role is going to become. And actually might go and bring in a third choice goalkeeper as well, because you know I like to have at least 3 first-team goalkeepers, and there's 3 good names on the list here. Can't get this Costa Rican goalkeeper who's most likely the region of Keylor Navas, who's just joined Benfica. There's Harvey Davis, who is a Liverpool Academy grad now at FC Metz, but not sure how much better he's going to get at 70 overall and 23. But I quite like this one. Peter Karali, possibly the region of Peter Galaxy, the Hungarian goalkeeper, who of course came through the Liverpool Academy. I know my Reds fans will be saying, oh, what could have been? Obviously, he never really kicked on there, but found a home for himself at RB Leipzig, has been their first choice for many years in Germany. But this guy, only 17 years old, as we know, Liverpool do have a good recent history of bringing in players at such a young age from other teams, like Kade Gordon from Derby County, for example. And I like this. Maybe not quite as impactful as a Hungarian as Dominic, who's right now at Real Madrid. Got a long way to go until he reaches Galaxy's level, of course, as an international goalkeeper with Hungary and a star with RB Leipzig as well. But hopefully Karali will have more of a future at Anfield than Galaxy did. Karali's going to be coming in. Yeah, for those of you who might be a little younger, you might not realise this, but Peter Galaxy actually joined Liverpool as a teenager, had a few loan spells from Anfield, but never seemed to look as though he was going to become the next big thing between the sticks. So they let him go on a free transfer to Red Bull Salzburg. And because of the affiliation they have with Leipzig, they then sold him to their step-sibling club, if you will. And since he joined the German side, he never looked back. He's been one of their most capped players ever. He's developed into an absolutely class goalkeeper in the Bundesliga. And now we've got possibly his predecessor following in his footsteps. Welcome to Anfield, Peter Karali. Whether he'll be as good as Galaxy, whether he'll follow the same career path, I guess we'll see. But I always like to have 3 first-team goalkeepers, and now we've got one. I don't know where we'll get to Alisson's level, but we'll certainly get to Kelleher's level, that's for sure. And we'll step in and replace the Irish goalkeeper in time as our understudy for whoever will replace Alisson long term for sure. I like the look at this kid here. Right, following game, Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, aim to get our first away day victory of the season and back-to-back wins to follow on from the 3-0 win against Burnley. Come on, Liverpool. Can I just say as well, as this game gets underway, I am loving this save, like, seriously. And I know that I talk about this all the time, but, like, actually, can I say something real briefly? So I was in Edinburgh over the weekend, right? Some of you that follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, you would have seen this. I was in Edinburgh over the weekend, Got to your Hearts game whilst I was there, my first Scottish Premier League game in many, many years, as Cody Gakpo should have opened the scoring. And I did a tour on Friday night of something called Mary King's Close. And basically it sort of like uncovers the secret history of Edinburgh's underground streets, if you will. And the person that was doing the tour for us, there was a group of about 20, 25 of us, the person who was doing the tour for us was so passionate and so knowledgeable and clearly loved her job, and she brought the experience to life. I mean, I learnt so much, and it was just a brilliant hour spent. And as Levi Cole almost scored a screamer against his former team, it just made me realise, like, how important it is for the person who's like conducting a tour or creating some content or something to be so immersed in what they do and enjoy it so much. And I hope it comes through in my videos as well. I'm sure it does, and I certainly hope it does. But I absolutely love making videos so much, man. And when I get immersed in a save like this one, it's the best feeling ever. And to be able to do this, man, like for as many years as I've done it now, I'm so thankful, and I'm so lucky to get to do this as well. But hopefully, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, it's this save, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, man. It is so much fun. As Diaz wins it back, and Trent pops it back to Robertson down the left. He'll work it back to Trent through the gap to Diaz. Surely that first goal is coming, but still it remains at 0-0. Yeah, I think the importance of a person being passionate about what they're doing can't be understated. You know, it really can't. I mean, if you go to an event like that and you're coupled with a tour guide who doesn't really care and is just there for the paycheck per se, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like you're not going to take much information in, because like if they're not passionate about it, how do they expect you to learn? It's why teaching, for example, you need teachers that are passionate about their subjects. This is no exception. This is no different, you know. And I feel the same way with a wonderful build-up, and Curtis Jones fires in the opener with YouTube content as well. You know, my favourite YouTubers, they are the ones who absolutely love what they're making videos on, and they love the process of making the videos themselves as well. And it's often those who may not have the biggest of followings per se, but the ones that clearly have the most amount of passion. Anyway, Curtis Jones is second of the season already. Liverpool 1-0 up right before the break. Please don't misunderstand me. There will always be a place in my heart for the big names on YouTube that are just so entertaining and, you know, stars within their own right, if you will. But some of my absolute favourite creators are the ones that you've probably never heard of, you know, because they truly do it for the love, you know, not for the money or the fame or anything like that. You know, they just love making content, and they love what they're making content on, as Jacob Ramsey's denied by Allison. I hope that people see that about me with the content I produce as well. Absolutely love it. And when I'm doing a save like this where I'm so immersed in it as well, it's the best feeling, man. It's awesome. Anyway, still leading by 1 as Ramsey's denied by Allison. And I still think there's another goal to come here, but it could go either way. And it's the final minute of normal time now, and this is going to be our first away day win. It should have been a lot more routine, but just like we said in that Community Shield win on pens, doesn't matter how you get the job done, so long as you do. And Trent is going to send a free ball to Cody, and this will do it. Gakpo takes it in his stride. And oh my goodness, what was up with my finishing in that game? Thank God I got the goal in the first half, because I missed chance after chance after chance, but we still hold on for the win. First away day victory of the season, back-to-back clean sheets, back-to-back wins. Okay, the throwaway against Leeds on the opening day was poor, but this is more like the Liverpool we know. Much more secure at the back, and we get the job done. So I keep forgetting that the draw for the Champions League group actually now comes after the transfer window is shut. So, oh, look at that. Manchester United putting in a big bid for Curtis Jones there. But just like we said when they put the bid in for Musa, we're not transferring between us and you. So, no, he's staying right here. Curtis going nowhere. So I think we'll play through deadline day. We'll do the, oh my goodness, another massive bid for Colwell, but we turned down Bournemouth, we turned down PSG, we're turning down Bayern as well, man. There's a reason we had the best defensive record in the division last year, and this guy is one of the big reasons as to why he's staying in for at least another year. Let's do deadline day. 10 hours on the clock. Still, ridiculous amount of money to work with and spend. And I think we might make 1 or 2 more signings just to give us even a bit more quality in the squad depth, especially with Salah retiring and Camera being injured as well. And we'll do the draw for the Champions League group stage, and I think we'll leave it there for today. Yeah, I've got my eye on a couple of players. Annoyingly, as Wolves put in a bid for Musa, I can't get one of the targets I really, really want. Yunus going nowhere, of course. He's written himself into Liverpool folklore with that goal on the final day last season for us to win the title. As a bid comes in for Curtis Jones from Newcastle, and Luton want Arroyo. Oh, the Batman around 2. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that, but not if it comes at the expense of losing Jones. But Luton down to Championship, they want Arroyo. I'm actually alright with that, to be fair. He's out of contract coming the end of the season, and yeah, no plans to keep him really. Yeah, I really would like to bring back Nico Williams, homegrown player, but Fenerbahce just won't let us get him, so don't think that's going to happen now. Teze was a target of mine, but at Bournemouth, probably going to start there, or as you wouldn't hear. And I have been thinking about it. I really have. Long-term successor for Andy Robertson, Milos on the left, and Mackenzie on the right. But we've signed Clark for this season. I don't like to sign more than one player from the same team in the same window. So I think that being the case, I'll leave Kirkus till next season. But let's see if that Arroyo deal goes through. And if so, we might look for a new defender for the squad as well. Stade Brestois want Tyler Moore. And he's out of contract coming the end of the season as well, so I'll accept that bid too there. And there we go. Anderson Arroyo is going to go to join Luton Town. Don't mind that at all. Again, out of contract coming the end of the season and on 55 grand a week. Not going to play. Totally fine. Letting him go there to Kenilworth Road. And this is an interesting one. Manchester City putting in a monster bid for Levi Colwell. And the last time these two did business, it was when Raheem Sterling left Liverpool to Man City. Yeah, I could see a similarity, but we're still going to say no. Guardiola, hands off. We rejected Bayern, rejected PSG, and rejected Manchester City as well. Levi Cole, at least for this season, is staying right here and going absolutely nowhere, man. He's too important to us, man. He's just far too important, and only having a year of his fight. Well, I mean, if it was going to be Bayern or PSG or Man City, I love the audacity of RC Lens saying, "Why not give me a go?" That's like that's like me going after a 10 out of 10. It's like, come on, know your level, Doxy boy. I'm so sorry, RC Lens, but no. As Tyler Morton turned down 2 deals to Porto and Stade Brestois as well. Just looking at the team, I'm thinking I might bring in a new fullback. We got the young lad Beck. We're not as young now at 25, but even so, I might bring in a new fullback for the squad. Because I think at the moment, maybe a new fullback is, maybe a new CB or fullback. That's always sort of missing here in this team. Yeah, Nico Williams still not available, unfortunately, so got to give up on him. Obviously, Connor Bradley's moved on to Manchester United in this stage. That's kind of annoying, because I would have liked him back to be fair, would have been an ideal fit too, but Manchester United and Liverpool don't really do business. We could actually get Archie Gray, because Archie can play fullback as well. So speaking of RC Lens, they wanted to bring in Colwell, and instead they're going to lose an English player instead of add one. I like the idea of bringing Archie Gray in. I've used him before in Leeds career mode, but only sporadically because he wasn't very good last year. But in this year's FC, he's got super high potential. He's already up to 78 overall. And I see this guy possibly being like a sort of like a B-Tech Trent Alexander-Arnold. Excellent passer of the ball. I'm going to go bring him in. Man. He's got excellent energy, excellent stamina, excellent versatility. And I see this guy being like a bit of a budget Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I'm going to put a £26 million bid in for RC Lens. That's $3.5 million over the market valuation. They say no, they want Fabio Carvalho, who I wasn't against letting go of, but we're going to say no to that. Okay, how about we go £30 million? Because this kid is a real talent. And RC Lens say yeah. Yep, Leeds have got some excellent youth players. Archie Gray is another really solid one. I'm bringing him in. Yep, I had him in my Leeds career mode last year, which was quite a short run. And I never really used him because he just wasn't good enough to really make an impact within that time frame. But I'm quite excited to give him a go for the first proper time here at Liverpool, and he signs a 4-year deal on 46 grand a week. 21 years old, but a really solid young player. Welcome to Anfield. Leeds Academy graduate Archie Gray. Yep, really, really like his stats. And again, to me, I see this guy as sort of player that can sort of play in a variety of different roles here. I mean, I could convert this guy to a wide centre-back if I wanted to do so, and I know he'd do a really decent job there. I could convert him to right-back, convert him to wing-back, could convert him to natural CM. Really, this guy, it wouldn't take him long to learn, well, almost any role. But yeah, really, really solid player. Very versatile indeed. And I like this signing for the squad, man. No doubt about it. Archie Gray is in. And I think we'll leave it there for transfers for today. With 2 hours on the clock, we see, well, a bid coming in for Eze. Manchester United, will you just stop? I've said no. We're not doing business between the clubs, man. So he's going nowhere. And Crystal Palace want to take Tyler Moore. And I like that as well, because obviously he had a loan deal with them last season. And I always like that. I know it's a complete coincidence in career mode, but I always like it when a player possibly goes back to the team they spent a year with or 2 years with on loan. But I don't think there's enough time for that deal to go through, though, to be honest. There's only 2 hours on the clock, and this is something I wish EA would look into as well. When you've only got 2 hours to go, there's not enough time to sell players, but of course in real life there definitely would be. Celtic also putting in a bid, but it's just too late. In Football Manager, what happens is the clock goes down in a similar way, but when you get towards the final hour or 2 hours, it often goes down in like 10 to 15 minute intervals, so you've got a lot longer to work things out. I refuse to believe that in 2 hours you couldn't complete a deal. You know, we've seen some last-second deals on deadline day before. How is 2 hours not enough time for clubs to sort out? Well, we've already accepted the fee. How is 2 hours not enough time for a player to put pen to paper? Still, that means our squad will be confirmed until at least January, and this is how it's going to be set up for now then, with Camera's injury being the big blow of the season thus far. And we'll see the top deals on transfer deadline day. Joshua Kimmich finally leaves Bayern Munich and goes to play under Diego Simeone. That kind of makes sense to me. 59.9 mil. Ruben Neves is back in the top 5 European league, leaving Saudi Arabia after making his bread and now joining Barcelona, 58.5 mil. And Tino Livramento is also back in England, joining Arsenal for 58.4 mil. I like all of those deals there, to be honest. Though I'm not sure Barca will spend that much on Ruben Neves. But even so, that'll do it then. Deadline day is over. And you know what? I like how the team is looking, man. I really do. You know, we're still technically not done with the rebuild just yet. But we've brought in Jack Clark as our superstar. That was the one I really wanted. Trent Alexander-Arnold's got his homecoming after not signing a new contract with Real Madrid. And we've also added to the depth in quality as well, with Stefan returning, Athena Jan signing a new contract, and also bringing in the youngsters in Archie Gray and Kade Gordon as well. Oh, and the Hungarian goalkeeper Karali as well. So the only thing left to do is find out who we've got in the Champions League group stage this season. Have we got it yet? Have we got it yet? I don't think we have. Where is it? Oh, that was because the Tyler Morton deals fell through because there wasn't enough time to sort out a contract, which is so frustrating. Strasbourg put in a bid, but after having bids from Celtic and Crystal Palace, I'll try and sell him to within Britain if I can. So where is the group, man? Is it Thursday or Friday? It's Thursday or Friday. It must be Friday. Here we go. We'll end on this. The draw for the Champions League group stage, with Liverpool back in the big time, being asked to reach the final in Europe's premier competition, will join in the group stage. Oh, what a group! Juve, Rangers and Slavia Prague. There's something about facing the old firm in the Champions League I absolutely love. So whenever I get drawn against Rangers or Celtic, I love it. And it is Rangers in the group. Ibrox, a real stadium in the game, thank goodness. We've waited for Celtic Park and Ibrox so many years now. They're both in the game. Juventus and Slavia Prague as well. That's a really cool Champions League group, that. And that'll do it for today's episode of the Realistic Career Mode as well, guys. So big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with big games in the first part of Sloggy season, kicking off with Man City at home in a battle between the top two of last year. I'll try and squeeze in all three of our first half of the Champions League group games, kicking off away in Glasgow against Ibrox as well. And we'll have the first round of the Carabao Cup we enter against the Terriers, Huddersfield Town as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for next episode of Liverpool back in the Champions League very soon.